Hey everyone, welcome to the Wilson Homestead. So today I want to give you an update on the grow room. I have a lot of stuff going on down there, so let's go downstairs and take a look. These are Wandering Jew cuttings. The first batch of these that I took didn't all set roots. Like, here's some of the first ones that I took. And you can see there's no new growth on them. And I pulled them up out of the pot, trimmed the bottoms off, and stuck them back in some dirt, so maybe those will take now. But this was one of the first ones here, and it actually took root, and you can see it like doubled in size. So hopefully these new cuttings that I took will take off, because I have big plans for these on my front porch this year. This is the Russian sage, and I'm guessing that this is the Russian sage because this plant here, like one of these things is not like the other. You see what I mean? So I have no idea what this is. Anybody have a clue? But anyway, I'm going to let it grow just so I can find out what it is because I'm curious. This is ornamental oregano, and I don't think any of it's coming up yet. I just planted it last week. I don't see anything yet. I'm really excited about this plant. I saw it in Pine Tree Garden Seeds catalog, and I was like, wow, I've got to grow this plant, and hopefully I get some sprouts pretty soon because I'm getting kind of worried at this point. Rose Queen Salvia is doing really well. I have a lot of little baby plants in here. I'm going to let them grow probably another week or two, and then I'm going to transplant them into their own pot. But they're looking really good and healthy so far. These are climbing petunias. I had these on my front porch last year. You'll have to go back and take a look at those videos. They did really well. And these are actually seeds that I saved from those plants. And this is looking a little dry. I need to give it some water. But anyway, I forgot about these seeds, and I should have actually started them probably a month earlier than I did. So we'll see how they do. I hope they catch up after I get them put outside. This flat was kind of a disaster. I had big plans to grow tuberous begonias from seed, and absolutely none of them germinated. So that was a fail. This is Rudbeckia, and I have a few of them that came up, which is good. Oh, there we go. There's the other one. And only one salmon colored geranium came up. This is the pink moly grass. I'm so excited about this plant. And I'm not sure if I should like pot up each individual plant or plant these in clumps. If any of you guys have grown this from seed, leave a comment below and tell me how I'm supposed to do this. I'm getting attacked. Georgie, you attacking me? Georgie, kitty kitty. What are you doing to me? This is, I think it's New York aster, New England aster, some kind of aster. Anyway, only one of them came up. But it was really old seed, so that's alright. I'll go with one. These are some of my early spring crops. I have cauliflower. I have cabbage. I think it was called Brunswick cabbage. These are actually seeds that I got from Baker Creek. They sent me a free packet of Brunswick cabbage with my order. And I have broccoli, which is Waltham broccoli. This is bee balm that I sowed, I'm going to say probably about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. And I hope you can see this because they're so tiny, but they're starting to germinate. I think this was Panorama Mix bee balm. These are my lovely pepper plants that I'm so happy about. And I'm having a little bit of yellowing, so I might be overwatering. I've been giving them some weak fertilizer, weak organic fertilizer, so hopefully this problem will straighten up. But I have banana peppers in this row, Corbaci in this row, Marconi in this row. None of my Alma paprika peppers germinated, so that's kind of a bummer. Jalapeno back here. And then these 3 rows are the little snacking peppers that you get at the grocery store in a bag. I saved some of them, so we'll see what we get out of these. I'm kind of excited about those. I didn't really think they would grow, but they actually had a pretty high germination rate. These are some of my onion seedlings. These 2 pots are red burgundy onions, and this is Zabroon shallots, which is my favorite. But anyway, you can see that all the tops of these are cut off. I usually keep them at about 4 inches long while they're in the grow room down here. And the cuttings are so delicious. Like, I put them on top of pizza, put them on salad, soup, sandwiches. It just has like a really nice light onion flavor. And this is the way that I usually sow my onions. I usually do it in a large aluminum turkey roasting pan, and I just do rows and, you know, just sow them all together like this. But this year I wanted to try something a little bit different, just for an experiment. These are also Zabroon shallots, and these I sowed just 1 seed per cell. So that way they would have their own space, a little bit more room to grow. And I hope I can get this other pot up here so you can just see the difference. You can see that the ones sowed in the single cell are a lot healthier and thicker than the ones that I mass planted. It'll be interesting to see what they do once I put them out in the garden. Okay, let's talk tomatoes. My tomato plants are looking pretty good. I sowed these on March 10th, so they've had about 3.5 weeks, and they are looking pretty good. I have large barred boar, sun gold, Paul Robeson, great white, Aunt Ruby's German green, and in this tray, which was also started on March 10th, I have Kellogg's Breakfast, Mortgage Lifter, Carbon, which is one of my favorites, Juliet, Black Cherry, which is my favorite cherry tomato. And if you grow these, I noticed that the Black Cherry took like a week longer to germinate. I didn't think I was going to have any Black Cherry tomatoes this year, and they finally came up. Okay, let's see, what else do I have here? Cherokee Purple And then the rest of these are just extras of all the other. And down here at the end I have holy basil, which is doing really well. Okay, last tray down here, and look how beautiful it is. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I have Veronica in here, and I have Kong Mix Coleus, and look at the collar on these leaves. That is so gorgeous. And then in these 3 containers are Wizard Sunset Coleus. Beautiful, beautiful collar. And I'm going to let these go for probably another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to pot them up into their own pot. But look at that collar. I love it. In the rest of this flat, I have New Guinea Impatiens, which a few of them didn't come up, but most of them did. I love New Guinea Impatiens. And I have some Veronica that needs separated. And in this front 6-pack, I have Ponytails Grass. Planting season is almost here. I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to get stuff in the garden. I still haven't got it completely cleaned up yet, but I'm getting there slowly. The first things that I'm going to be putting out in the garden are the brassicas that I have downstairs, which are the cabbage, the broccoli, and the cauliflower. So I'm going to start hardening them off probably Tuesday or Wednesday, because we have a couple cold nights coming up, and I want to wait until those are out of the way because the forecast looks pretty good after that. And to harden them off, I'm just going to gradually expose them to outdoor temperatures and the sun, so that way whenever I transplant them, they don't shock and die. So to do that, I just put them outside for about an hour and then bring them in, and then the next day put them out for a little bit longer, and so on. And you do that for about a week until you get them used to, you know, the outdoor sun, cold, you know, everything, because they're just not used to that yet. And then after I get that done, they can go right in the garden. And also I'm going to be planting some carrots, and I think that's about it for the spring crops. I think everything else has to wait a little while before I put them out. I might do some lettuce and some radishes, but I'll bring you along when I do that. Alright guys, that does it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time here on the Wilson Homestead. Bye guys.